That is your life cycle phases. So here the second half of unit number 2 starts with this particular topic, life cycle phases. So what are the life cycle phases? What we have to study in this one, we have to cover up the different phases of life cycle and life cycle models, you can say, and what happens in that one. And those different phases are separate topics in your syllabus that we have to cover. So we go through them one by one. Now, the thing is over here in life cycle process, if there is a well-defined separation between research and development activities and production activities, then the software is said to be a successful development process. Okay. Most of the softwares fail due to some reasons like overemphasis on research and development or overemphasis on production. Actually, thing is like you have to focus on both things accordingly, according to the requirements. Okay. Okay, that research and development is also necessary, production is also necessary. So you have to focus on both things properly. So this life cycle phases will talk about this engineering stage and production stage that you can see over. Engineering stage, first one, and production stage. And for both things, there are some aspects that we have to consider. Okay, so these two stages, to why we have to study these stages in life cycle phases. So to achieve economics of scale and higher benefits in the development of the software, we must move towards software manufacturing process, which is determined by technological improvements in process, automation, and component based development. Component based development means you are not spending much time on writing the coding lines of code. You are utilizing the latest technology, which is where simulation is easy, automation is easy, the tools which is component based. Okay. So in these two stages, in this life cycle phases, you have to talk about, I mean, we have to discuss these two stages, engineering stage and production stage. So remember these two terms, and your complete topic is around these two stages, and then some phases will come. So these two stages are, the engineering stage is like it is less predictable, but smaller teams, and they are doing design and production activities. This stage is decomposed into different phases like inception and elaboration phase. These two phases you have to remember. Uh, Inception and elaboration, that comes under engineering stage. Then the production stage is most of the time it is predictable only, and large teams, they have to do construction, testing, deployment activities. This stage is also divided into some phases like construction phase and transition. So you have to remember two, three things over here. Engineering stage carries small teams which works on design and production activities, and production stage works with large teams. They work on construction, test, and deployment, delivery. There are different phases for both of them. Engineering stage is having two phases, inception phase and elaboration phase. And production stage is having also two phases, construction phase and transition phase. So to this one, remember this thing. Now here there are some aspects being given for the both stages. Risk reduction for what? In engineering stage, for technical feasibility, whether it is worth to work on this particular thing or not, software or not, schedule, estimated schedule should be there. So risk reduction, you have to find out flaws in these things at engineering stage and at production stage. In budget with production stage, risk reduction happens. So it is like categories on which stage risk reduction for what is happening. Products architecture baseline and product release baseline. So architecture baseline, that means you are right now working on designs, and you are right now working on production activities. So that's why it is architecture baseline you have to give. And production stage product release baselines about the deliverable. Third one is activities. What are the activities that happens in engineering stage? Analysis, design, planning happens in engineering stage. In production stage, implementation and testing. So it goes on in this manner. Till now, you must got this clarity what we are talking about. Life cycle phases. There are two stages: engineering stage, production stage, and those stages are having their own attributes, aspects, features. Assessment. Assessment happens, demonstrations, inspection, analysis happens on the stages of designing, planning, and defects are to be find out, and improvement is to be done on these things. So assessment happens on these things. And in testing stage of production stage, that comes under the production stage emphasis. It focuses on assessment of testing. Then economics, resolving diseconomies of scale, and in production stage, exploiting economies of scale. So diseconomies of scales means for what reason failures are happening again and again, and for what reason benefits are not coming. That is to be resolved, and at finally when the implementation and testing phase reaches up, then at that time exploiting economies of scale. That means the benefit should be there. Okay, so that is about economics. Management planning comes under engineering stage, and operations comes under production stage. These are some of the attributes, aspects that you have to remember for both the stages. And up to this slide, you should get this clarity that under life cycle phases, there are two stages. Engineering stages having inception and your elaboration phase, and production stages having your construction and transition. Now, with this one, I'm moving forward. The life cycle stages. So these four stages only we have discussed about, and it is showing to you how the complete model is getting mature, how the complete life cycle is getting mature with each phase: inception, elaboration, construction, transition. So here only idea is there. Then on the basis of that idea, architecture has been made for the development. And then beta releases are there. That means before releasing the complete product, you are giving a one version of that complete software. You are taking feedback, then you are making improvements, and finally you will release the product, the fully functional product. So this, for this beta release, I will give you one example. I think in starting also I have given to you. I don't know, I don't remember whether I have given or not, but beta release generally you can relate this thing with your operating system, Windows. Windows, when they started launching, when it came into the scenario, XP came. After that, different versions of Windows came, and now in the scenario, Windows 10 we are using, Windows 8 we are using. So what they do in that, okay, with every later release, there are some improvements in that operating system. So first, what they do this beta release. Beta release is not fully functional. Some functionalities are there, and some improvements are to be made. And beta release, purpose of beta release is just to get to know the customer's feedback and what more things they require. So that is beta release. So Windows, they have released that Windows version 1, and then they got the feedback, and then they launched it fully. That happens. And beta release is not like is completely given to the worldwide. It is given to some particular audience, to capture the some part, to understand the needs of the customer. Next, so for these four phases, now we have to discuss them one by one. That is nothing but your separate topics of your unit number 2: inception phase, elaboration phase, construction phase, transition phase. So all four phases we have to discuss one by one. Some points I will tell you that you have to remember. In this particular diagram that you are watching right now is nothing but about what you have to remember. Main points is that the size of the spiral corresponds to the inactivity of the project with respect to the artifacts that have been developed, and that we have just discussed. The reaction time for accommodating major architectural changes, the requirement change, planning shifts, organizational uh, performances, they clearly increase in subsequent phases. So that's why the life cycle is also getting mature with the phases. So first one is here under this is inception phase. What is inception phase and what are some essential activities for the inception phase that we have to remember? First thing, I will tell you in this part how question can come up. One broad question can come, discuss the stages of life cycle phases. There you have to discuss about engineering and production stage, and then separate questions can come up like discuss about inception phase, discuss about elaboration phase, and that way question can come up. So you have to know, you have to be ready for that one. If question is coming as all in all, one question is asking, being asked, then you have to discuss about all these phases in a brief way. But if separate question comes, then you have to discuss about the essential activities and the objective of the phase. These two things you have to remember. Okay. What I told you, what you have to remember in the phases, there are four phases: inception, elaboration, collaboration, and your final one is transition. Sorry, inception, elaboration, construction, and transition. So, for all these four phases, you have to remember two things. First one is the objective of the phase and essential activities. These two things. So main goal, main objective of the inception phase is to achieve agreement among stakeholders on the life cycle objectives of the project. That means the main thing over here is in this phase is to um, achieve agreement between the stakeholders on the objective. That means they are ready with the objectives of the stakeholders are ready with the objectives of the organization, and they understand what they are going to do, what are their plans. Okay. And with this one, with these objectives, there are some key points that you have to remember. With these objectives for the project, you have to establish the project scope, how large it will be, and when it will start, when it will end. Those things should be clear in those objectives. Boundary conditions should be there. Then you have to distinguish the critical use cases of the system and the priority operations that will be performed at first. Those things are should be there in the objectives. Then you have to demonstrate to the customer or the stakeholder at least one architecture of the scenarios. Okay. Estimation of the budget and the time for the entire project should be there in the objectives, and estimation of the potential risk should be there in the objectives. So all these things together become the objectives of inception phase. Then comes your essential activities of inception phase. These phases are very easy to understand because we have already studied waterfall model in depth, and we have seen these phases already, and so these things relate with each other. Now, what are these essential activities? Essential activities includes your formulating the scope of the project, first thing, in which capture the requirements, operational concepts in the information repository, and synthesizing. Second one is synthesizing the architecture, design trade-offs, problem space ambiguities, available solution space, assets that are to be evaluated, those things should be there. And final, the planning and preparing a business. Alternatives for risk management, iteration phases, iteration plans, and your budget, time, and trade-offs. These evaluations should be done. So that is your inception phase. Um, Nothing much is there to discuss about it more. So next is your elaboration phase, second phase. Elaboration phase is the most critical phase among all four phases, first thing. And depending upon the scope, size, risk, um, freshness in the project, the executable architecture prototype is to be built in one or more iterations. Okay. So at most of the time, the process may accommodate changes. Elaboration phase activities must ensure that architecture requirements and plans are stable or not. So that happens in elaboration. Also, the budget and the time completion of the development can be predicted within the acceptable range. So that is to be done in elaboration, estimation on things. So with all these things, there are some key points that come up in the objectives of the elaboration phase, like baseline of the architecture, which relates with the real-time scenario, vision of the complete project, baseline the high reliability plan, okay, demonstrate the baseline architecture that will support the vision at a reasonable budget at reasonable time. So these things comes under elaboration. So with all this, there are some essential activities that you have to remember. First one is elaborating the vision, in which establish a high fidelity understanding of the critical use cases that drive architectural decisions. You have to elaborate the complete vision of it. That means according to the objectives of the project, you have to design that. You have to elaborate that. And for that only the use cases should be there. Elaborate the process and infrastructure, in which you have to establish the construction process, tools, and process automation support. Last one is elaborating the architecture and selecting components, in which lessons learned from the activities from may result in redesign of the architecture. So that is to be done in elaboration phase. All these things are performed in elaboration. Next one, construction phase. Construction phase is during this phase, all the remaining components and application features are integrated into one application, and all features are thoroughly tested. Newly developed software is integrated wherever it is required. And if it is a big project, then parallel construction increments should be generated. So in construction phase, what we are doing, if the project is very large, then parallel construction increment should be there. If it is less, then you have to check that whether the modules are being integrated or not, and features should be tested thoroughly. So with all this, there are some objective points, like minimize the budget, development budget, achieve adequate quality as rapidly, which relates with the real-time scenario, and achieve full version alpha, beta, and all releases should be done, should be planned accordingly. What will be the alpha release, what will be the beta release, and finally the complete version of the product will be released uh, in how much budget. So with this one, there are some essential activities. First one is your resource management, control and optimization. You have to control, you have to manage the resources accordingly. Complete component development is there, and testing against evaluation criteria. The testing should happen. Assessment of the product releases against acceptance criteria of the version. So that complete inspection should happen over here without going for the release part. So that happens in your construction phase. Last one is your transition phase. In transition phase, whenever a project is grown up completely, now at this stage we are considering the project has grown up, beta release has already been done, and at transition phase we are at this stage that we are going to launch the fully functional project. Then if it is to be deployed to the end user domain, this phase is called as transition phase. Some activities are there inside it, like validate the beta testing to the new system against user expectations, beta testing and parallel operation relative to legacy system it is replacing, conversion of databases or training of users and maintainers. So that comes under transition phase. So it is the last phase where maintenance is happening and risks are being evaluated. So on the basis of these one, there are some activities. So this is the last part I'm telling to you in this lecture. Then I will find out. Essential activities for transition phase become synchronization and integration of concurrent construction increments into consistent deployment baselines. So you have to integrate all those things for the deployment purpose. Deployment specific engineering should be done, in which commercial packaging, production, field personnel training that is to be done. Assessment of deployment baselines against the complete vision and acceptance criteria in the requirement. So all these things together becomes your transition phase. Along with these things, some points should be there. Some points are there, like the self-supportability to be achieved in transition phase. Stakeholder concurrence should be achieved in transition phase, and to achieve the final product baseline as fast and cost effective as relates to the real time. So that becomes your transition phase. So I am not taking the topic further. We'll start in next class evaluation criteria. For this session, that's it from my side.